What's up, everybody? Brett here, happy today. It's Tuesday News Day, and Total Warhammer 3 is launching even more info today. It's going to be a 9-minute long video of gameplay between Grand Cathay and Tzeentch fighting at the Great Bastion. I am super stoked. We're going to watch it. I'm going to have to talk a little bit. I actually don't know what the rules are on YouTube about, just sitting and watching an entire other person's video on YouTube. This is kind of what, CA wants us to do. But I think I need to give a little bit of commentary here and there in order for it to be valuable and interesting to you guys. Why would you come and watch me when you can just watch the video? But we'll chill. We'll watch the video. I probably won't pause it. I'll let it go all the way through. We'll go back afterwards if I see something that was particularly interesting, and we'll talk about that in that way. But for our first watch through, I'll be mostly quiet. And yeah, guys, let's do it together. This is awesome. I've only watched like the first minute just to kind of get a feel for the video. But I'm excited. Let's do it. Let's do it.
The Great Bastion, more than a wall, a symbol of everlasting defiance, is besieged. Demon armies in service to Tzeentch, the changer of ways.
Oh my God.
The Snake Gate, the Turtle Gate, and the Dragon Gate. A three-pronged attack to overwhelm the wall and corrupt the lands of Cathay beyond. Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, defender of the northern provinces, master of the storm winds, and supreme matriarch of Nangao, rides with her army to once again drive back the Chaos God's advances.
Her scaled arm looks sick.
Gate, one of three heavily fortified gateways bridging Grand Cathay and the Chaos Wastes. A fortress built into the Great Bastion itself and a key defensible position for Miao Ying. Seldom do the demons breach it, but when they do, Grand Cathay is plunged into suffering. If chaos is not stopped here,
War wagon,
it's
baby.
the lands beyond that will suffer.
Or war compass,
Best
rather.
to face these demons head-on in a fortress built for defense than to allow them to encircle and besiege any one of Cathay's majestic cities. Should the unthinkable happen, Cathay is not indefensible. Chaos will find every inch of every street hard fought and shielded every step of the way. The Dragon Emperor would expect no less from his loyal subjects.
We can see the artillery there.
Miao Ying is the firstborn of the Celestial Dragon Emperor and commander of the Great Bastion. She is the Storm Dragon and expertly wields the law of Yin to both smite her foes and grant boons to her soldiers.
It's the first time we're seeing the lightning effect on her. On her human model.
Cathay at its core approaches war defensively. Centuries spent beating back the endless waves of chaos has taught them to covet the delicate balance between soldiers and the unparalleled strength of magic and black powder. Unbreakable lines of spear and swordsmen to hold back the hordes, whilst archers, crossbowmen, wizards, artillery, and war machines decimate from afar. This is yin and yang, the harmony between Cathay's combatants, giving heart and order in the face of horrors untold.
Nice close-ups.
So in tune with the winds of magic are Cathay's wizard kind, that the mere presence of another user bolsters magical potency. This elemental mastery rings true for 2 wizards as it does for 10, making Cathay's magical prowess a thing of deadly wonderment, which they'll need in earnest to survive the coming storm.
We have to see what that means still.
Kairos Fateweaver
How is it
the
making them
insidious
stronger?
Architect of this assault, and is heralded as the wisest of the Lords of Change. Cast into the Well of Eternity by Tzeentch, Fateweaver emerged with 2 heads. The left scries the past, while the right foresees the future. Thus, the Oracle of Tzeentch sees both the road ahead and the path behind, but is rendered blind to the present. The demons of Tzeentch march forward, their legions unfathomable as they shake the very ground with their approach.
I could see pretty much everything.
On a powerful array of ranged and flying lesser demons to chip away at and harass the Great Bastion, whilst hammering it with horrifying spells from afar.
Oh, that looked
Given
awesome.
the fortress walls to hunker behind, Cathay has the rare advantage in a toe-to-toe ranged standoff this day. To counter, Fate Weaver deploys a host of melee demons
There's the Soul
to soak
Grinder.
up the limited pool of Miao Ying's ammunition. To aid in their approach, these foul demons possess a shield of magical energy that Cathay's desperate defenders must first shatter before the creature beneath can be wounded. The drums of war thunder, and the invasion begins. The approach is tough for Fate Weaver, whose forces are hammered by Cathay's great cannons and fire rain rockets. These deadly artillery units can devastate an approaching army, demolishing the morale of even the most hardiest of men. But demons don't possess such mortal weaknesses.
Okay.
It's the peasant archers and the Jade Warrior crossbowmen who must chip away at the endless hordes approaching.
Are they
Nearby
unbreakable?
Celestial Dragon Guard and Jade Warriors create a harmonious battlefield for their ranged allies, making these warriors of Cathay fight all the harder in the name of their Dragon Emperor. But it's not enough. Miao Ying, sensing the impending fall of the outer wall, lends her magic and abilities to the fray. She casts Talons of Night to cover the retreat of her
Holy
archers and
crap.
crossbowmen, and Wrath of the Storm to bolster the might of her readying Jade Warriors. Meanwhile, Kairos Fateweaver instructs his minions to bring down the fortress gates. To ensure his own survival, he selfishly casts Oracle of Eternity to reinforce his resistance, and Gaze of Fate to counter Miao Ying's boost to her Jade Warrior's effectiveness.
That is sick. Is it remove debuffs? Is that what, or it debuffs enemies?
Tzeentch can almost taste Cathay beyond the Bastion. But Miao Ying isn't done yet. She falls back, retreating to her barricades, where already crossbowmen and archers are docked to cover the exodus. Kairos's foresight makes him a hard beast to outmaneuver, and he didn't take the western path as Miao Ying had hoped he would.
Is that the AI playing around barricades?
Constructed and rebuilt in the east of the fortress, where the demons are making strong headway. From here, Miao Ying knows she's entering a war of attrition. She's dedicated key hardpoints to fall back to, and can now only hope she has the manpower to defeat Fateweaver's forces before her own are overwhelmed.
I'm a fan of these lanterns. I think they look great. I can't wait to play with them.
It's an arduous and bitter battle, and forces Miao Ying all the way back to her last line of defense. Here is where the battle is won, or the Bastion falls. Fateweaver's forces are dwindled but not defeated, and Miao Ying has only a fraction of the brave men and women she began with.
Oh, hell yeah.
With little other choice, she calls upon her greatest of powers and transforms into her namesake.
Oh, they didn't show the
assuming
transformation.
her dragon form. In the face of such raw power, Kairos Fateweaver and his legion of demons are overwhelmed and routed. The Changer of Ways' blindness to the present has lost him the battle. But surely he knew this defeat would come to pass. Snake Gate stands firm, and Miao Ying the Storm Dragon, defender of the northern provinces, master of the storm winds, and supreme matriarch of Nangao, emerges victorious. But an unease settles within her gut. Tzeentch is the architect of fate, the changer of ways, and such an all-out assault is not indicative of his servants.
Oh, there we go.
Though the Snake Gate was a victory, Miao Ying cannot shake the feeling that the day's events have heralded a changing of the tide. Fresh threats are awakening, and the fall of the Turtle Gate shows that the Great Bastion's resilience may not be as certain as once thought.
Dang, that was a pretty cool video, guys. Pretty cool video. And you know what? I think I kind of just quietly talked about all the things that I saw that were of great relevance. I don't know how much there really is to go back and look at. The models are great. I mean, if we want to look at like Kairos looks amazing. The animations where he sticks his staff in the ground, that looked pretty dope, and it like wiggled and like moved around. That was kind of cool. I don't think we saw anything particularly new. Yeah, this part here is kind of interesting where the demons sort of like poof disappear. I don't think they're insinuating that the demons themselves are unbreakable, but I think they have a mechanic very similar to the vampire counts, where when they break, they probably begin to dematerialize in the way that the vampire units, the zombies and things, start to disintegrate. I think that's kind of what the insinuation is. The Soul Grinder fighting the Sentinel, that was pretty dope. And I do like the way the Soul Grinder looks. You can kind of see it here. It's a little hard to see, but there we go. I think it has a very Tzeentchian look to it, aside just from the colors. I think it has kind of a beak face. I wouldn't be surprised if all of these guys just look a little bit different from one another. But even still, it looks like maybe they tried to dress down the Warhammer 40k look of it. But it's still pretty much there. I don't know how you can look at that thing and not think Space Marines. But yeah, a lot of Forsaken. We're still, once again, we're not seeing any of the mortals fighting in this battle. For Tzeentch, we're not seeing. This is a sweet looking spell. Yeah, we're not seeing, the Chosen. We're not seeing the warriors marked by Tzeentch. Maybe that's something we will see, or maybe that's something that we won't see. I don't know. But right now, I will say this: the roster for Tzeentch feels a little thin. They have a lot of flyers. They have a lot of casters. They have a lot of demons. But what they're kind of missing is just like one or two human elements, I think. And they may be in the game. They're just potentially reworking them. But they did show off pretty much everything we've seen so far. A spell that removes buffs is pretty cool. It's a cool idea. These guys are awesome. What else? What else? The flying manta rays aren't getting a lot of love. They're just kind of background in every scene. Yeah. Anything else? Any other potential information that I'm missing? I don't think so, guys. I think I pretty much covered it. And I think they did a great job with this trailer. I think they really did a good job of showing off new new animations, I guess, new spells. They kind of give you a really good hint. Oh, that one spell that she casts where the giant dragon claw comes out of the ground and wrecks those dudes. That was pretty sweet as well. To me, it's like it's going to function basically the same as Dwellers from Below. This one here. Yeah. See if we can back it up just a skosh. We'll back it up and play it here.
He casts Talons of Night.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Dwellers Below, where, branches come out of the ground and start grabbing dudes. And then, yeah, this scene here, I just watched Princess Mononoke, if you guys are familiar with those films. And it reminded me, all the female characters with the gunpowder made me think of that movie, because in that movie, all the women are the ones who use the guns. Yep, that's it. That's the only connection. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me today. The news is sick. The video is awesome. There might even be some more info being splashed around on the web. I haven't seen it as of yet, but I look forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Goodtalk Gaming, and as always, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.